Here we go. Hi guys, welcome back to Sweetie Pie Pets. So some of you guys might remember me doing this video on looking at scammer websites and watching out for those. This is really important, and actually I'm super excited because I'm not really excited, it's kind of sucky, but I just found a website that I can totally tell right off the bat that it's a scam. By the way, if you can see my black eye, that is because I was doing pull-ups and my pull-up bar broke last week, and I'm trying to cover it up with makeup. It's so embarrassing, but I'm hoping it goes away within the next couple days. So the thing about websites, if any of you guys are looking for puppies or anything like that, you have to keep in mind that just because somebody has a website and they might come up at the top of the search engine, results when you might search for Chihuahua puppies for adoption in and then my city. So a website that is going to come up at the top of those results is generally one that has maybe been around for a long time, or they've paid a lot of money or done a lot of work on search engine optimization, just so that they come up towards the top. There's all kinds of things that you can do to make a website come up at the top, but just keep in mind as a consumer, just because a website comes up at the top with the results that you're looking for does not mean that it is a legitimate business, okay? So this right here is a really good example. It's called CradyHomeChihuahua.com. The interesting thing about this website is that I know it wasn't here a few weeks ago, at least I didn't see it a few weeks ago. I just happened to find it yesterday, and I know that it's going to be gone very quickly. As a consumer, it's sort of our responsibility before you send anybody any money. You want to make sure that you do a little bit of a background check and check for things that are kind of red flags. So when I found this website, the very first red flag to me is the available puppies. If you go over to this page here, it shows all of these very beautiful puppies for these really, really, really low prices. So right now we have John. He is only $390. Supposedly he is an AKC registered mini Chihuahua. Well, I know that an AKC registered full-size Chihuahua is worth way more than $390. And the funny thing is, if you keep scrolling down through all of these listings here, they're all listed at $390. Definitely going to sell for more than $390. This website, by the way, is optimized for Los Angeles. So I know supposedly this company is pretending like they are in Los Angeles. They're basically just trying to get as many people to call them as possible. They realize that they're not going to scam everyone. They're just, all they need is like one or two scams, and then they're good. Then they shut this website down, and meanwhile, by the way, they're already working on the next website that's going to pop up in the next city, and it's going to seem like it's like legitimate, like this business has been selling Chihuahuas for a long time. And then as soon as they scam up a couple people, that website will shut down and they'll open another one. So there's a couple things that we can do here to, that are obviously red flags. Okay, for example, right here, Coco is a male for $399, but right below that is Chris, who is also male for $390, but they're the same exact puppy. So they're just, duplicating things and not even changing the picture. So obviously they don't have Coco and Chris for $390. It's the same exact dog. So another way that you can totally see the red flags right off the bat is by going over here to the client reviews. They have this supposedly like a testimonials section, okay? So first of all, I think it's funny. They have this on this homepage. They have one Chihuahua and one something else. That's not a Chihuahua. Supposedly they're only selling Chihuahuas, so why would they have this picture? It's obviously a stock photo. They didn't take any of these pictures. I'm not sure where they're getting them, but they don't actually have these dogs. It's quite obvious to me that these were thrown up there really quickly for a couple reasons. First of all, this person over here is named John Doe, which here in America, we realize that that's just a fake name made up to mean any person. But also John Doe would not be a female, and this person right here in the picture is a female. Why would John Doe say, "I found it almost unbelievable when I was assured I will get my puppy within 48 hours. Well, that's because it was unbelievable, and John Doe, you're not really John Doe. They just made up that little testimonial, and it's totally fake. They have John Doe and also Miria Kanai. It's the same exact picture. So obviously it's fake. So a good thing you can do is you can Google the image. So what you'll do is you'll go down here and you will right mouse click on the image and you will select search Google for image, and you can take a look over here and see what comes up. So you can see this image here shows up on a YouTube video that's on this website over here that's like in Spanish. It's a story about some person who lost their dog and then they reunited. So whoever created this here website they obviously stole that image, and I'm assuming that they stole all the other images, and they've posted them up on their website as if it's a real testimonial. So that is a great way to check and see if you think it's a legitimate website. Kind of look through all of the different pictures, Google search as many of them as you can, see where else they show up. And if they show up a whole bunch of other places, then it's very likely that that person just stole the image and it's not really their image. Another thing that's an excellent red flag, it's a giveaway, obviously. The names that they made up here on the testimonials page are so funny. So John Doe, Helen Doe over here. And then look at this one. We have Dennison Mark, supposedly, says that they remain forever thankful. But then you also have down here, Philip Dennison. Well, that's so creative. So several things that are super red flags here. Let's kind of look around on the website and see what else they've got. They do have a phone number, which I'm going to call shortly. I did borrow my daughter's phone because I don't want them to be able to Google my phone number and they'll see right away who I am and they'll know not to sell to me. So I'm going to use a phone number that you can't like Google and see that who I am. They have this payment section over here, shows all the different ways that you can send them money. By all means, send us money. We can't wait to get money from you people. Oh, okay. This right here. Okay. So right here, this is a very telltale sign that this website was built in India. This word kindly. Now, that is a word in English, and I suppose you could use that word often, but we don't really use that word that often here in the United States. But they use that word a lot in India. So kindly choose which is most convenient to you. That's just not really a way that we would say that here in Southern California. If you were describing the payment options that you have as a legitimate business, you would say, here are the ways that we offer for you to pay, or something along those lines. It was more kind of just the way that we would speak. So those are some really cool things that you can think about and you can pay attention to, even just the way that things are worded. Does it sound like it's actually spoken in that region? And if it doesn't, and supposedly this website is selling to Los Angeles and they're not speaking the way that most Los Angeles Los Angelians speak, then it's kind of a red flag, okay? So I'm not saying that's automatically making it a scam, but that's a red flag. So after sort of looking through this website, there were so many red flags that I'm 99% sure that this is a scam. And we're gonna give them a call right now and see what we can find out. All right, so another thing that you can do to check on any website is you basically just copy the address of the website, okay? And you're gonna go over and you're going to go to GoDaddy. And GoDaddy.com, you're gonna scroll down to the bottom. And there's this lovely little thing at the very bottom of GoDaddy that's called Who Is? Because you wanna know who is that website. So you're going to click on Who Is, paste in the address the address in question. You're going to search for that. They want to make sure that you're not a robot or any kind of a scam or anything. And once you click that and they make sure you're not a robot, you can kind of look through here and you can see who the owner of the domain name is. This one here is whatever that is, Name Cheap Hosting. I don't know where that company is. I'm sure we could do a bunch of research and figure out where that company is if they're in India or somewhere. Sometimes when a domain name is registered, whoever purchased it decides to make it private so that their own information is not posted. And that is an option. You have to pay extra for it. And I assume that most scammers are going to probably do that because they're not going to want it to be able to be traced back to their own name. So this one here, it looks like it's a private registry and I can't actually tell who it is. It has the domain name right here. They purchased the domain name on March 5th, just a few days ago. My guess is the website will only be live for maybe a month and then it's going to go down. So probably within a few days, the website's going to be down, but a very similar website is going to pop up somewhere else in some other city because while they have this one running, they're already building the next one so that they can quickly disappear and then reappear somewhere else and nobody can ever trace who they actually are. So another interesting factor is that even though they just now purchased the domain name, it's very interesting when you go back to the website, you see that down here in the copyright section, it shows that this was copyrighted in 2018. So what I'm assuming they're doing is they're just using the same shell. You can build a website and then you can back it up and you can restore it somewhere else on some other, to some other domain name, on some other host if you want, or you might even just keep it on the same host and just point a new domain name to that website. So they probably have this website. They've been using it since 2018. They probably just want to scam as many people as they can in like 1 week or 2 weeks. Then they take the website down, put it up somewhere else, and scam as many people as they can. They're using the same website, the same information. They probably like refine it a little bit. And if they ever see this video, they're probably going to remove all of the names like John Doe, Helen Doe, and Dennison Mark, and Philip Dennison. Most people wouldn't know any of this stuff. I only know this because I'm in marketing. That's actually my education. That's my background. I have a degree and I know how to build websites. I do that professionally. It's actually really easy. So just make sure that you don't ever be fooled just because somebody has an online presence. They have a website that looks like it's professional. It might look like it's been there since 2018. That doesn't really mean anything because a website can pop up and then be back down again the next day. So really quickly, before I actually call them, I'm gonna go down here to this page that says shipping and delivery, because let's just see what they claim about their shipping and delivery. It says that your puppy departs from the airport using any of these airlines: American, United, or Continental Airlines. Okay, another red flag. United and Continental merged many years ago, so there aren't two different United and Continental, at least not here in the US. To your nearest airport, he or she travels in climate-controlled cabin for each pet, and then they repeat that. He or she travels in a climate-controlled cabin. I mean, obviously, whoever threw this up there didn't really proofread it. We ship our puppies using airlines because it's the fastest and safest way to transport our puppies from our place to yours, especially if you live far away. So that's curious. Even though this website came up, when I searched for Chihuahua puppies in Los Angeles, they're saying that it might be far away. So I'm curious where they're going to tell me the puppy actually is. Is it in LA or not? There's a health guarantee, supposedly. They are 100% guaranteed to be in good health and free of any signs of infection and any contagious or communicable diseases at the time of adoption. We take pride in the fact that our relationship with you does not end when you take your puppy from us. So supposedly they have a 100% health guarantee. I think that's funny because I don't even think that they really have puppies. So how can you guarantee their health? But we are about to find out right now when we call them. Okay, so let's give them a call. First, I have to decide which puppy I really, really want to pretend that I want. This one right here looks like a tiger striped brindle. This is a beautiful dog right here. If it ever, obviously it did exist because that's a real photo, but I don't believe that this person actually has that puppy. So let's call and say that we want Stan, and let's find out all the information that we can about Stan and see what happens. Here we go. That's so scary. Here we go.